What is going down, squad? How are we doing today? I hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. Ready to get after it. We're ready to get back to it. Shout out all the SDS, man. Hope you guys had a phenomenal weekend. But now it's time to grind and get back to watching some tape. What we're going to do today is we're actually going to break down we're going to break down some Trey Lance tape. But Niner by Nature said, Brad, the beard isn't loading all the way. It's kind of buffering a little bit. You see, a little cleaned up, Drop the SDS in the chat if you're vibing with your boy. What is good to all the sourdough squad? What's good to the family? We see you guys. Hope you guys are doing really well. Again, remember to smash that like button if you haven't already. But let's talk a little bit of Trey Lance. We actually got a couple predictions coming out today. The PFF, or not PFF, the Draft Network put out some stat predictions for Mr. Lance. And let's take a look and see what they came up with. Let's take a look here. So this is what the Draft Network. I appreciate the Draft Network quite a bit. They got a lot of good people working for them. This is what they're thinking Trey Lance is going to do in 2022. They're thinking he's going to get a touch under 4,000 passing yards, 28 touchdowns, rushing yards, 706. 3 rushing touchdowns to go along with that, and 4 interceptions. How are we feeling about that? Do we think that's accurate? Do we think a little too high, a little too low? I'm curious to see what you guys think about that. Joey says, honestly, that's a super reasonable stat line. I think it's pretty reasonable too. I think you could tweak it in multiple different ways. You could argue maybe he's not throwing for as many yards. Maybe Kyle Shanahan is going to be, put a larger emphasis on the run game to keep him more in line, not putting him over his skis too much. But again, 4,000 yards on the season, 28 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. I don't think it's too crazy. Ben V says those are first half of the season numbers. He said that's just scratching the surface. We aren't even getting to the top, the tippy top yet. Gmo says that's my under. Gammon says rush yards and TDs a touch too high. Kevin Gray says, is that 14 interceptions? Yes, that is 14 interceptions. My one thing that I will say about the interceptions, I think we could all agree when we see 14 interceptions. Yeah, I probably don't want to see 14 turnovers coming from our quarterback. This doesn't include fumbles, sacks, nothing like that. But, we probably don't want to see 14 interceptions. But I think it is important to remember he is going to be he's what is he like? He's like a red shirt rookie. Like, how they have red shirt freshmen. He's like a red shirt rookie. Obviously, he got some experience last year. We're going to watch some of the tape. We're going to dive into it. We're going to look at 49ers versus Texans because I feel like that particular Texans game could be pretty similar to how we see Trey Lance evolve through the year because in the game, he started out a little rocky, threw a couple balls into the dirt. But as the game progressed, the confidence built, the playbook opened up. Trey Lance took those steps forward. I can imagine that the season could look somewhat similar in the form of a microcosm. So that's why I'm excited to hop into the Texans tape, and we can take a look at it all, and we can kind of watch that progression as we get through it. But I think it also is important to remember, we got to give the kid a little bit of leash to make some mistakes because the mistakes, if we preface it properly, he can learn from them. So if he comes out, throws 14 sacks, throws 14 interceptions, I won't think the sky is falling or everything is coming crashing to a halt. But I can understand why we would want to see that number get up a little bit. Just for reference, in regards to interception numbers, Peyton Manning threw 17 interceptions his rookie campaign, followed that up with 15 interceptions his sophomore. Excuse me, let me go backwards. I'm at the wrong area. He had 28 interceptions as a rookie, and he had 15 in his sophomore year. So back that up. As a rookie, Peyton Manning had 28 interceptions. So yeah, we don't want to see Peyton Manning, or we don't want to see Trey Lance throwing 28 interceptions. But again, Peyton Manning, who we consider as one of the greatest quarterbacks, and this isn't a comparison to Trey Lance and Peyton Manning. It's just perspective. Just perspective. Just the simple fact that, hey, it's possible. It's possible. So I'll temper my expectations. If he were to get 14, 15, 16 interceptions, I could see it. Wouldn't love it, but I don't think it's the worst thing in the world either, because I think we also understand Trey Lance has got a good defense around him. He's got good core offensive players. He's got a nice team around him. So I think ultimately at the end of the day, as long as the San Francisco 49ers are winning games, we will be able to be okay with how that all is playing out. But it is interesting. Just wanted to pull that up because, hey, we are going to break down some Trey Lance tape. And I will be honest here. I have not looked at my notes or this tape, I don't think, since this game actually aired. So it's going to be like I'm watching this game back for the first time. Might feel like you're watching this game back for the first time. So it's going to be fun to see. But it's going to be very interesting to see what my notes say because, again, I haven't read them in quite some time. And we're just going to go down chronologically. We'll start at the front and then we'll work our way down. This particular one, side note, I got Trent Williams backside body DN. We get Trent Williams. Oh, look at God. Anytime. This is supposed to be Trey Lance, and we'll get into Trey Lance, but just look at Trent, man. The savage. Can't wait to get Trent. Look at him. He's sitting on him. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Trey Lance, I get it. He's going to be going into his sophomore season. He's going to have some things to take care of, but having this man on the backside, on his left side, strong side, that's going to be nice. That's going to be nice. Look at Trent. God, Trent is such a savage. But we're here to watch Trey Lance. Please remind me why we're here, because I can get lost in the weeds a little bit. So let's go to, I think, the first throw that he had. Wait, what's it? So my notes say Trey Lance escapes and makes a play to Mitchell. Compton beat right away. So I imagine Compton is going to create some pressure, and look at Trey. So this is the dynamic that Trey Lance brings to this offense that we have not seen with Kyle Shanahan, at least with the 49ers. We were talking about it earlier about how, I posted 2017 offense consisted of Brian Hoyer, Carlos Hyde, guys like Pierre Garcon, Marcus Goodwin, and Garrett Selleck. And then comparing it to now, you got George Kittle, you got Trent, you got Mitchell, you got Ayuk, you got Debo, but you also got Trey. And this is what makes Trey exciting. Now, we have focused a lot on the offensive line, or lack thereof, right? So with the offensive line, we are assuming it's probably going to take maybe a little bit of a step backwards. So when you get a little bit of miscommunications like this and breakdowns up front, and you get you can see he's looking to the left first, and as he comes back to the right, he sees number 55 directly in his face. So the beauty of Trey Lance is his ability to identify, escape, have the strength to break the arm tackle, keep his eyes upfield, and find Elijah Mitchell for minimal gain. I mean, it's not a world beater type play, but again, keep in mind, I think this was Trey Lance's first snap since week 5 This is like his first like potential like scramble drill since like week 5. So again, what is to get excited about here is this intangible that he brings, the ability to break tackles, the ability to keep plays alive. And again, if the 49ers are going to be a little bit lacking on the offensive line, what's cool is that this guy is strong enough to break arm tackles, keep his eyes downfield, and make plays. Uh Let's see. So, but the other thing that we do want to kind of keep an eye on in particular situations, because I'm seeing right here, we got a big hit on Trey. So, this is a zone keeper, zone read. So, we've talked about not wanting to see a ton of designed quarterback runs, but we do want to see zone read keepers because this is how you play 11 on 11 football, because essentially you're getting a defensive end who's manned up on Trey Lance. He has to read the quarterback, and you can see it's correct read here by Trey to tuck it and pull. But again, he gets clobbered. So one of the big things with Trey Lance, he has the ability, he has all the tools. It's just minimizing these types of hits. Again, Justin Reed, one of the better safeties in the NFL, he's going to come up and lick you. So I think with Trey Lance, with more experience, he will understand just to get down, hit the turf. Not worth taking these types of bumps and bruises along the way. But again, the element here of zone read could be a huge benefit to the San Francisco 49ers in kind of taking their offense to the next level. So really, really excited about that. But again, kind of in this game, we saw Trey Lance take a lot of big hits. This was the very next play. This is the very, very next play. Same concept, I believe. Zone read keeper. He keeps it, tucks it, gets clobbered twice, right? So these are the things that I think not only both Trey can work on, but Kyle can work on. Just protecting Trey Lance, making sure we're not putting him in harm's way, putting an emphasis on just get down, hit the turf. It's all good. It's all good. Live to play another down. I think when we look at guys like Russell Wilson and their longevity in the league, even though that we look at Russell Wilson, he's not a big guy or anything like that, but we do want to see Trey Lance play and be healthy for a good portion of the season. Obviously, we understand Trey Lance was having issues, I believe, still throwing at this particular point of the season with his issue of the finger. So let's see, what is this one? My notes say Trey Lance escapes pocket in the end zone, finds Ayuk for a first down. So we talked a little bit about the escapability. You get a little bit more of that, keeping the play alive, keeping the eyes downfield, and the ability to find Ayuk and make a positive play. So I think you could still kind of sense, little jumpy, right? He's got pretty clean pocket right here. So I think with what we're seeing kind of early in this game, again, we've talked about it. It took a little while, I think, for Trey to settle in. But once Trey settled in, the offense settled in around him. He was able to get it figured out and was starting to make a lot of big plays. Looks like he could, if he really wanted to, he could have banged it on Kittle real fast if he got that plant foot down, let it rip. Probably could have hit Kittle right here, especially with the linebacker sucking up to the line of scrimmage. You can see he gets caught a little bit. But Trey goes, I think, to his second read, didn't feel comfortable with that, tries to escape. Again, we can work on that timing. We can work on that clarity. But again, it's the raw tools and the intangibles to be able to stay alive and get open. So these are all like we're looking at this as at Trey in the sense of just unexperienced. And with the experience, these types of things will look a lot cleaner. But again, even when it isn't looking clean, he can still make it work. That is the beauty of Trey Lance, is that he can keep his eyes downfield. He can get outside the pocket, buy more time, and make plays outside of structure. The next phase for Trey Lance is making the plays within structure, because you guys know Debo, or I'm sorry, Kyle Shanahan is going to want to see plays within structure. He wants it to be done exactly how he wants it to be done. And we know that will come with plenty more opportunities and time in the system. This is one of my favorite plays, I think, so far to date of Trey Lance. I love this play. You can argue yet again that he maybe missed the initial read, which could be Kittle kind of going out in the flat right here. And he could have hit that maybe right about here. You could see he's turned his shoulders. You lead Kittle a little bit. You get nice clearing here from, it looks like, Ayuk. Uh, really kind of clears out that side. If you hit Kittle, he might be able to turn it up the sideline. But hey, when life gives you lemons, please just make lemonade, and that's exactly what this guy did. This is, I love this play. I get it, from a within structure standpoint, coaching point. Get that ball out, get it out in front, get it to Kittle, get the easy yards, and live to play another down. But this again just highlights the ability that Trey Lance has. Again, all this talk that we hear, uh, all this arm fitness stuff. Look at that arm fitness right there. I mean, that looks pretty good, if you ask me. Looks like the arm fitness is up there. Looks like he's been hitting that arm cardio, maybe, doing some windmills. The arm fitness is looking pretty phenomenal right about here, if you ask me. And you can tell 54, he's been studying that arm fitness and he knew it was coming. So, you get a little, and I'll talk about the nuance here and why I love this particular play, because it is a naked boot where he has, no backside blocking. It's up to him to get it done. You see him turn his head again. We've talked about he could probably hit Kittle and do all that good stuff, but this is just awareness. This is just, talk about, oh, he doesn't have the experience. I don't see an experienced quarterbacks pump faking defensive ends into the air. Do you? I don't. Do you? I mean, for a quarterback to have that type of confidence level, because I think, what if you watch the arm, I believe this is fully intentional. See this little drop he does, the little drop, see that? The pat and the drop, as if he's going into his throwing motion. Watch how that affects 54. That's why 54 is airborne. That's why he's looking like a goofball right here, because Trey Lance completely baited him into the air with the fake throw. So just that little, see, that is unconscious. That is just, you've been there. I've done it. I know what it takes. It's muscle memory at that point. Just to flip your head around to an NFL defense, you have 54 rushing in your face, and if you just do a little arm fake, you're getting him airborne, and then you throw around him. I mean, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Like, arm fitness, accuracy. He's not ready. I get it. I understand. I do believe there is a sense of Trey where he does need more time. He needs more reps. He needs more ability, or more just time and experience, just like any of us would, and anything that we do. The more experience we have doing something, the better we're going to be at it. But this type of stuff, when he is considered a, like, day one, he is a rookie here. I like this, man. I like this a lot. I think Kyle's going to be able to do a lot of stuff. If they can operate play action to this effectiveness, oh, man, I'm really excited about it. Again, let's watch it back. Just pay attention to, again, the pressure immediately in his face, his wherewithal to pump and then reset and throw off angle. Like, come on, man. How he's dropping back. Look at this. He's He's able to plant while falling backwards. He's still drifting backwards, but he has to throw back to the inside, the opposite momentum in which he's moving after he pump fakes the defender. And then he launches the ball a solid almost 25, 26 yards in the air on a rope. What are we talking about? What are we talking about here? Do we need to bring some of the analysts on to talk about this? Maybe we do. Someone said, "Look at Ayuk." I'm always down to look at Ayuk. We got Ayuk at the top of the screen, just cooking fools. Oh, baby. See, this is what we see on tape a lot. Look at Brandon. Look at Brandon, man. Wide open. Brandon he spent all season cooking fools for no reason. And again, it wouldn't have mattered. I don't think Trey Lance would have had the time to even find Brandon here with the pressure in his face. But I mean, Brandon and Trey, I think, are going to be a phenomenal pairing. I think they're going to be a phenomenal pairing. I really, really do. Again, their skill sets suit each other so perfectly. I think it's going to be pretty nice to watch. Smash that like button if you haven't already. If you're enjoying our little run down memory lane. Let's see here. Let's look at so I got a Lance sack. That's all I have here in my notes. We'll take the good and the bad. We'll take the good and the bad. So let's see what the sack is about. Is this on one of our offensive linemen up front? Is this just a function of missing a read? Let's find out together. Why did he get sacked? Oh, dang! They're gonna double team my boy Brunny. Hey, he tried, man. He tried. I like this effort by Brunny. He's one on one, and then they bring the blitzing middle linebacker straight at his face. He does an admirable job trying to get off and get in front of him. But again, got to get that ball out a little bit quicker, especially if you know blitz is coming. You got 3 rushing here. You got 2 squeezing this A gap. You got this is A B gap pressure. Like, this is a no-win situation for an offensive lineman. So I get it, and there's nothing really open. But yeah, that didn't look great. Maybe you want to find Jeff Wilson. Find the hot. This is the juice play. Yeah, this is the juice play. This is the one. This is the type of play. So look at juice right here, where being able to identify pressure pre-snap and or in real time, and understanding, like, if they're blitzing this guy, if they're blitzing the middle linebacker, you're pulling Debo across the formation. Just by sheer numbers, you're going to have a guy wide open. So this is, again, experience. That's it. Just experience. Comes with experience, understanding pressures. Because again, I have a hard time faulting the O-line here, because you can only block for so long when they're bringing double pressures basically up the the barrel at Brunny. And I think Brunny actually did a good job taking that on the chin. Feel bad for my guy. But we got to find that sooner, right? And this would be a one that you get into the coaching room and you're just kind of rewinding, like, hey, Trey, we got to see juice. We got to understand the pressure, what spaces are vacated once the pressures come out, and being able to identify how to hit that quickly. Because you can see the initial reads were kind of covered up, and he wasn't prepared and really sensing the pressure or the blitz that was coming at him. So again, experience. This is a touchdown. We understand that. So these are kind of the small nuances that we understand are going to be a part of the learning curve with Trey Lance, and it's completely acceptable, man. These are young quarterbacks. Young quarterbacks need some kind of you know, just a little grace. And so we'll give him a little grace in this situation. And again, it's still early. It is still early. We know Trey Lance turned it on towards the end. So overall, not bad. And then again, the ability to keep dealing with a young quarterback who might be like getting in his head, letting the pressure get to him, just got sacked. I would probably go out on a limb and say Shanahan would credit Lance for that sack more so than the offensive line. But the ability to come back, go straight into a drop back, and then be able to find Jawan Jennings over the middle and just, letting her rock. You got to love it. And he's got the arm strength to get it in there. And I like that it's low and away. Gives an opportunity for Jawan to go dig it out without getting absolutely pummeled and or giving the defender an opportunity to come away with the interception. So overall, again, the play before was a sack. Again, likely credited to Trey, just not seeing the blitz coming at him. But he's able to come back and deal. But he hits adversity again. We get a little play action, and you could see how unconfident he was with this throw. Again, with confidence, I cannot stress enough how important it is to for quarterbacks who are playing really well at a high level. They are confident. You can tell by his feet. See that little pause? See, Trey is such a rhythm thrower, especially that rhythm hop that he has. When he stops, look at that. See how he just kind of stopped? Like the feet, like it just kind of they just detached, and then he kind of just like, oh shit. You know what I mean? So this is all part of the process, man. This is all part of the process. And it's always good to see this kind of stuff because this is all correctable, man. This is all correctable. You can figure this stuff out. This isn't like an end of the world type situation. Again, we talked about earlier, Trey's going to throw interceptions, and interceptions, some might look ugly, some might not look pretty, but again, comes with the territory because again, I think he even talked about this play specifically because you could also make the counter like if you've got a defender over the top on Kittle, all right, will come off that read because look at what you have with this up here at the top with Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel running free again because you had the safety suck up on the play action. So again, these are all things that he will continue to learn. And once he picks this stuff up and understands, oh, the safety sucked up and Debo whooped his dude, that's a touchdown because we know Trey can hit Debo here. Like, even if he were to come off this read, because you can see him standing there like a statue, he wasn't very confident here. He wasn't confident in throw. He let it go anyways, and it resulted in an interception. Again, with experience, understanding the way defenses are playing him, being able to find your next guys in your progressions like Debo, it's going to be a good start. It's going to be a good start. Let's see what we got here. So we go into halftime, right? So we go into halftime. Let's see. What do we got here? 11:36. So remember, guys, the first half of this game, I was at this game. What's good, Travis? I was at this game. I think I saw Justin said he was at this game too. And if you were at this game, it was crazy because I don't think the Levi's Stadium really had much of an opportunity to cheer in the first half. It just felt like, the offense was just a little disjointed, a lot of three and outs. It was hard to get some stuff dialed up and figured out. And just really wasn't a whole lot going on. But they came out in the second half, per my notes. Oh no, they went into the 2-minute drill. Right. So we got 134. I think they were able to score. I can't remember. We're going to find out together. We're going to find out together. This is where they went into a 2-minute drill, I believe. It was one of our first opportunities to see Trey Lance in a 2-minute drill, kind of working tempo. Again, trying to beat the clock, get the ball down the field. You see 38 seconds left before the half. So it was really our first opportunity to kind of see Trey Lance in this like particular situation. When you talk about football, you talk about situations. Oh, look at that. See, I think Trey is going to be the kind of guy who's actually even aided by, 2-minute drill or tempo, because you take the thought and the kind of nerve out of it because you don't have time. You just got to rock. You just got to rock. And then you see, look at that, dude. We're talking about arm fitness. Like, that is a dart. Wake up, honey. Trey Lance darts. Look at that dart. Can we get dart emojis in the chat, please? I think we're gonna start a new thing. Whenever we get Trey Lance darts, we're just gonna drop dart emojis in the chat. So drop your dart emojis in in the chat, because we got a Trey Lance dart, baby. Like, let's take a look at it again. We'll get the sideline view here. Oh yeah, we got the darts. Look at that. Let it ride, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Hit that step, let it rip in stride. Boom. Can't even do anything. Juwan Jennings clears it out, creates the hole that Juwan is able to kind of vacate this defender and just darts it in there. Let's go. Darts, baby. Trey Lance darts. So again, the arm fitness, the I don't get it. What are we talking about? Like, oh, he's going to struggle with arm fitness. Does this look like a guy who struggles with arm fitness? I feel like that's going to live with us forever. I feel like it's just going to live with us forever. The arm fitness thing, man. And again, this is before half, right? So look, 28 seconds. Okay, we're moving the ball downfield. Oh, we get a little empty set here. Okay. What I don't even know what's going to happen. Let's figure it out. Oh, almost sack. Oh, so we can work on that. But again, what is promising is when protection breakdowns do occur, because Compton got he was close. That was close. That was close. But again, Trey Lance feeling it, being able to kind of feel that pressure, come up into the pocket. Again, more experience will help with this, but we already know what that's about. So we'll be able to figure that out. Less concerned about that. Let's see what we got here. Another empty set. Oh, baby. Wake up, honey. We got Trey Lance starts. Wake up, honey. We got Trey Lance starts. We got another one. We got another one. Drop the dart emojis. We got another Trey Lance dart. Let's go. Another dart right on him. Puts it right onto Brandon. Let's go. another one. Oh, yeah. Another dart, baby. So, again, what we keep kind of coming back to is not an ability issue. Like the arm fitness, arm strength, arm talent. No, no. I don't think it's an ability issue because this particular play might be my favorite throw in a vacuum of Trey Lance. Like, because when we talk about darts, this is just, it's not a dart. This is just a beautiful pass. Like, beautiful pass to be able to see Trey Lance do stuff like this, man. To be able to, and again, you can see like he still totally isn't comfortable. Like you can see him kind of fidgeting around, kind of like feeling the pressure a little bit, or imagining it, but still lets the thing rip. And look at this ball placement. If Brandon Ayuk isn't getting mugged, look, you see the white glove here, right? You see the white glove. If Brandon Ayuk isn't getting mugged, this damn near a touchdown. And this is damn near Sports Center top 10. Da-na-na, da-na-na. Like, again, I get it. Like, maybe there's consistency that he still needs to work on. Maybe there's confidence he still needs to work on. Maybe, getting the playbook down and feeling confident within the playbook. Hey, it's Kyle Shanahan. Anything we've ever heard about Kyle and his scheme is how difficult it is. But this, when we talk about pure talent and ability, like if he's not getting mugged here, and again, this guy didn't call the flag. This guy didn't call the flag. Imagine being a ref. Imagine being paid to officiate games, and you have a blatant hold occurring where this DB hooks his arm around Brandon's arm and and not calling that. Imagine. Imagine. But again, talking about this play again, maybe we can look at the progression a little bit. He does go to the left, but it does feel like that's more to hold the safeties, I would say more to hold the safeties, and then he comes back, steps up into the pocket, and delivers a dart. But what is interesting here on this particular coverage play is you do have Juwan Jennings actually open into this kind of uh, left third of the field because you have this guy biting down. He's not aware of Juwan. So, God, man, I'm just so excited because what we're looking at right here is we're looking at a guy who's still trying to figure it out. We're looking at a guy who's still trying to figure it out, still getting his bearings, still trying to understand and gain confidence and things like that. But that, again, I'm not trying to do this in the sense of shade by any stretch, and I want to make that clear. But I really did not see Jimmy Garoppolo attempting to throw anything like this down the field, covered, understanding that if you throw it to the right spot, that you give your wide receiver an opportunity to go get it. I think Jimmy was very adamant about throwing to either wide open wide receivers or throwing to wide open windows where he knows the wide receiver is going to enter. We don't see him throw too many contested. He did. I think he did throw a really nice contested catch to Juwan Jennings in that Bengals game. It ended up being a huge play that the 49ers needed to win that game. But that is a good throw right there. And so again, what I like about this is again the emphasis on the 2 minute. The offense was really just stagnant. The offense was really just stagnant. And when they started to kind of move the tempo a little bit, things started to move the football. They really did. They really did. Uh, Look at Brunny though. A lot of people like to come after Brunny. Look at this recovery and just shoving him down. Tell him, Brunny. Tell all your haters. Tell all your haters. Love that. Shout out, Brunny. All right, let's see what we got. So we made it through the first half. If you like the first half, smash that like button if you haven't already. If you like the first half, because the second half, we should be getting more action out of Mr. Lance. So we'll be able to get into the second half here coming up. But smash that like button if you haven't already. What was this play here? Oh, this catch was sick by Brandon Ayuk. It was a tip pass, but I was sitting in this corner of the end zone. I was sitting up here in the lower bowl, kind of in the corner of the end zone, and I gotta see this one up close. Definitely could have been a pick. As also really good play by the defender. I mean, look at how he elevated for that one. But what a catch, dude. Is Brandon going to go crazy this year? Do you guys think? Do you think Ayuk's going to go nuts? Do you think with the way Trey Lance seems to target him, again, this is outside the numbers to the sideline. Jimmy just he didn't attempt these throws too often. But I think these types of things will be able to benefit Ayuk in the long run overall. I think it really will. So now we get outside the half. It is now the third quarter. And now, at least from what I remember, started to settle in a little bit more. Let's see. Ooh, what's this? Can I show? Here's another squirrel on Trent Williams. So let's see. What does Trent do? So Trent is trying to beat 51 to this spot. So Trent is trying to cut off this angle. He's trying to beat 51 to the spot. Like this is like again, I'm getting sidetracked. But what makes Trent Williams so freaking good? He doesn't get there. All right. So 51 gets a good jump. He doesn't get there. He tries to do whatever he can. He's swiping and grabbing, but he's still able to gain the angle, come back, and just get 51 on the ground. Like, there's no one else like this, man. I swear. Trent is a savage. All right. So let's go to this particular play. 17-33. I got dime slant to Ayuk with dope yak. Those are my notes. Oh, here we go. All right. Remember, we've been getting some comments about Trey Lance, his ability in the short to intermediate area, obviously, where guys like Jimmy Garoppolo have had a lot of success. Well, here's some short to intermediate darts from Trey Lance. And we got the yak from Brandon Ayuk. Again, it just feels like these two about to pop off. It just feels like these two are about to pop off. I see it. So if I see it, like again, people, He's going to struggle short to intermediate. He's going to struggle short to intermediate, right? Well, that looks like a dart if you ask me. That looks like a dart around an incoming defender, darts it in there. Boop. Darts, baby. Let's see. Corey says, so far it's been glimpses. This year, Ayuk shows what he can do. He's my breakout candidate for the entire league. Corey, if you're a betting man, you might want to put some money on that. You might want to put some money on that because you're getting the glimpses right here. You're getting the glimpses right here. Oh, Trey struggles with short to intermediate. All right, let's break this down a little bit. So, what we're going to get here is see this little look to the right. See this little look. See how it impacts the safety. That little look pulls the safety over a couple steps, right? Do we see this? Not only with that little look, it also gets a bailing linebacker who is headed in that direction where Trey actually wants to throw. Trey knows that he's throwing to this window from the jump. The ability to hold his eyes, hold, and then snap it back. Look what he does. He gets the linebacker to completely flip his hips, vacate the zone in which Trey actually wants to throw to, and then fits it in right off his back. Like that's what we're talking about, man. When playing the quarterback position, there's a lot that goes into it. An ability to hold defensive players with your eyes, understanding you want to go to the left, but you have to maintain the threat of going to the right till they bait. And when they bite the bait, then you throw it in and sneak it right behind them. Again, his eyes being here. Look at Kirksey react to the eyes. He's reacting to the eyes. He reacts and then says, "Oh crap!" Runs it right off his back. Let's go, baby. So again, these are also glimpses. We want to see more consistency. We want to see it happen with more regularity. But when people say it can't be done or he's not good at it, I think I have a harder time because I've seen at least that he can do it. He can hold a safety. He can hold the linebackers off. He can come back and throw it to the window that he wants to get it to with accuracy, with timing, with speed. That's pretty. We've seen a lot of that from Jimmy. Jimmy, to his credit, was fantastic over the middle for the most part when it comes to threading in passes like this. Because he has a really quick release and he's able to whip it out, no pause, and get it in there really quick. So, but look at Ayuk, man. Look at Ayuk. Savage. Look at the blockers up front. Look at the effort from Jawan here. Look at this effort from Jawan. Look at Jawan. Look at Jawan, man. Look at Jawan, man. Get him on the ground, Jawan. That's what I'm talking about. Look at Jawan, bro. I really think Debo, obviously barring Debo signing, but Debo, Ayuk, and Jawan, those three together, I think are going to do some damage. Again, this part of Jawan's game is so valuable. It's the effort that he puts in, the emphasis and physicality that he brings to the table. Again, we understand what he does as a pass catcher on third downs and in the red zone, but this ability here by Jawan Jennings is fantastic. Fantastic. Oh man, I'm starting to get excited. I'm starting to get excited for some football. Oh, like I said, I haven't watched this tape. I have not watched this tape since last year. I've not looked at my notes since last year, so this is all kind of new. Or it's kind of like it's like re-engaging that excitement. This is one where Trey is going to be able to learn from this situation. This should have been a touchdown. This 100% should have been a touchdown, and you're going to see why it should have been a touchdown. They're going to hit Trey. You're going to get a little play action, turn the back to the defense. Really good blocking up front. I mean, really good ability here. But look at all this space that you have. All this space that Trey has. He does try to dart it in there. And as a result, by trying to throw over the linebacker is actually able to get his hands up on the pass. If you put a little bit more touch or you throw it out a little bit more in front of Trent Sherfield, this is probably a walk-in touchdown. You see that? Because if you just decide, if you choose to, instead of throwing kind of through this particular lane, you can throw in this lane out here. You can put a little touch under it and allow Sherfield to run under it rather than trying to put it on him and getting it kind of blocked as a result. So I mean, you can really this is correctable, man. Like this is one where like he's gonna I wish I had that one back. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna remember that next time. I'm gonna remember that next time. Because again, if he hits Sherfield in stride, which he was about to do, that's a walk-in touchdown. So those are things that he'll be able to pick up. He'll be able to learn and figure out. Don't sleep on Turner. I am Malik Turner, right? Is his first name? Um, I think both those two wide receivers that the 49ers signed, one from the Colts and Malik Turner, again, I think he was with the Cowboys. They're sneaky good. I mean, I came away, like in doing a little bit of research on those two guys that they signed. Um, I came away really liking what they brought to the table. So Darius says, shout out Darius, thank you for the donation. He does say, don't sleep on Turner. I'm not sleeping on Turner. If because I would assume the 49ers wide receivers are going to be Ayuk, Debo, Jawan, Ray, Danny Gray. Am I missing someone? But then that sixth spot, that six, potentially seven, if they keep seven, I imagine they keep six. That sixth spot is going to be crazy competition. Crazy competition. If Malik Turner wins it, if Tay Martin wins it, there's going to be some competition. There is going to be some competition. Oh, we got bots in the chat trying to watch Trey Lance. We got the bots even want to watch Trey Lance. We got bots. They're trying to watch Trey Lance. But this looks like a designed quarterback draw. So look at all the pre-snap motion that you get here. You get Juice motioning out. You get Debo motioning to empty set. It looks like it's going to be a quick throw to the flat, kind of a designed screen here. It's actually the numbers were really nice. I wonder if it does look like a design quarterback keeper. Yeah, it does, because look at Lakin. Lakin's your key here. So the fact that Lakin gets out, this is a design quarterback run. So it's basically a draw off a they ran this play earlier. So it's a draw. See him find his blocks and there we go. Remember we were talking about it earlier? We were talking about how Trey Lance, hey, you learn to get down, learn to hit the turf, learn to play another down. We got a little bit of that right here. Got a little bit of that right here. Hold on. I'm getting. Are you guys? I don't know. Like if you've been rocking with the breakdown, I'm getting excited about Trey Lance, man. Like I said, I when the season was over, I was done. I never watched so much tape in my life. I had never watched so much tape in my life than last season. Like it was almost intense with how much tape study I did. You can kind of see we're halfway through, right? This tape essentially, and we've been doing this for almost an hour. So it takes me probably a solid 2 to 3 hours to watch just offense, because I watch each individual player throughout the situation or throughout the play. So I just haven't watched this since the original breakdown that I did, and it's getting me excited, man. It's getting me excited for the Trey era, what Trey can provide. Again, this is design quarterback power, man. You got Brunskill pulling across formation. You got, I think, use check, maybe pushing Kittle in the back. Kittle hits the turf, but wherewithal right here from Trey to read his block. He's reading Brunskill's hips. If Brunskill's hips swing out, that means he has to go out. If Brunskill is kicking out and his hips stay flat, that means Trey's got to get downhill in a hurry. You can see Brunskill's hips swing out and look at the cut that he does as a result. So again, he can read these things quickly. That's just good awareness. That's just good awareness right here by Trey Lance. Again, you see it on display. You get little glimpses of it. But my goodness, when this offense is up to speed and Trey Lance feels comfortable and everyone's gelling, like I just have a hard time seeing how they're going to be able to really stop this, man. I really do. I think on this particular play, you'd love to see Ayuk kind of not give up on it. So this, I think, is part of understanding who your quarterback is. I think, we live in a world where this is a clear out. Like we understand what Ayuk's responsibility is here. He is likely clearing out this particular defender to create the space for these crossing receivers. Obviously, you have Kittle coming across. Maybe you hit Debo coming across, but 39 does a really good job of kind of playing defense right here. I don't look at Brand. He kind of slows down. I don't think he was expecting the ball to be thrown to him. That's the difference of having to go from Jimmy Garoppolo as your quarterback, then the next game you're playing with Trey Lance. What you would typically do as kind of a clear out, as an afterthought, you're not getting the ball because you're going probably 15 to 20 yards downfield. You're probably not going to get the ball. He kind of stops. If Ayuk worked super hard to get open and get to the sideline, I think Trey Lance would have been able to dime him up. I think Trey Lance would have been able to dime him up, but I don't think Ayuk was anticipating that he'd actually get the ball. I don't think he was anticipating he'd actually get the ball. And I don't think he was prepared for it. You can kind of see how he sells it at the top of his route. A little sloppy, a little lazy. right here, a little sloppy, slows it down, gears it down. Like can't gear it down here. That's how you're going to get a pick from Mr. Lance. You got to run full speed. So part of the learning process within the offense that will come with time. That will come with time. Let's see. We got a touchdown coming up, though. We got a touchdown coming up. What's this play? Oh, this is where if Justin's still here, he may be. I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't seen him in the chat. But if Justin is still here, he wants to see this, and I don't think I would mind either if Hasty was kind of what does Jordan Mason look like here? Much bigger back, similar skill set, the ability to get out in space. You get the ball to a big old Jordan Mason right here out in the flat, coming out of the backfield, watching Jordan Mason rumble and tumble a little bit. Excited to see what that looks like. Someone said wide receivers collide on purpose. Let's see what that looks like. Wide receivers collide on. Nope, that's not the play. Oh, right here. Nah, that's definitely not on purpose. I think Jawan got pressed, I think, a little bit more. Either Jawan. Yeah, that's interesting. That's probably not what they wanted to do. You probably definitely had some form of kind of rub concept where they're trying to pick one of the defenders, but based on the way they played it, they just shoved everything down. So yeah, that's definitely not what you wanted, but hey, it happens sometimes. But I think we got a Mitchell touchdown coming up. Oh, he's here. I know you're dreaming about Jordan Mason catching those Trey Lance dimes out of the backfield. I know you're dreaming about it. I know you're thinking about it. I know you're you're Justin is drawing up plays for Jordan Mason on the way, going from Justin Fields pro day to Trey Lance's pro day. That's the vibes. And I do not blame him. He said, I'm telling you, Brad, you've got to check out the quote from Anthony Lynn on Jordan Mason in the TDP article by NBC Sports. Made my whole day, man. I believe you, bro. You've been championing that guy. And I think it fits what Anthony Lynn is about. Like I look at him, I look at Jordan Mason, I get some of those, those Melly vibes, I get some Melly vibes back when Anthony Lynn was with the Chargers and Melly was one of the top running backs in the league. But this is just house money. This is just house money. Like, look at the bite that they have here. When I talk about how Kyle Juszczyk, George Kittle are the focal points of the 49ers run game, if Kittle's going to the left and Kyle is coming back to the left, all the linebackers are going to do exactly that. They are going to follow wherever Juice goes or wherever Kittle goes, which creates opportunities like this. Like, this is cake. I'm just excited, man. We're seeing, and this is Trey Lance's first like full game where it feels like he grasped everything, felt like, started slow, started rough, had some bad passes, uh, threw early interception, but just kept working. And as the game progressed, you could see his confidence start to take up. And it just felt like they were still making really good steps uh, throughout this entire game. So it just gets me revved up. Makes me excited for football, man. I'm excited for some football. It's been an off season from freaking hell, and I am ready, fully ready to only just talk about football. That's what we want. We want to talk about football, nothing else. Ooh, this play was sick. This play was sick. Uh Carlos says, "What's the first game you're going to?" I'm trying to get to that Chicago game. I'm trying to get to that Chicago game. So game week 1, I'm trying to be there. I like this. The reason why I like this, we'll start with the critique side of it. You could be a little bit more accurate, a little bit. I could, if I'm being a perfectionist, I could request a little bit more accuracy, uh, but I'm not a perfectionist. So, hey, that works. Why I love this particular throw is because it was an anticipatory throw. These are things that are, in my opinion, when I watch a quarterback play, this is feel. This is just knowing your wide receivers, where they're going to be, all those kinds of things. Because if you pay attention here, Trey Lance begins his windup to throw this particular pass before Jawan Jennings is out of his break. So you can see he's initiating contact because he's going to break out. So, but look at before he actually breaks out, look at Trey. Trey's got his arm locked back, ready to rip it to a spot. He's not throwing it to Jawan. He's throwing it to a spot where Jawan will be. And again, these are the glimpses. These are like you can't say he can't do it because I can see he can do it. Again, this is third down too. Big money down. This is a money play. Hey, we got to extend this drive. We got to keep going. We can't miss this. We got to hit it. And his ability to understand, throw with anticipation, throw with confidence, get the ball there. Again, I can nitpick, where I want the ball. Like, I probably don't want the ball down here. I probably want the ball a little bit more in this area. So I can nitpick and critique where the ball is. But what you love about this is the anticipatory throw, his ability to understand where it needs to go and get it out so Jawan could get it. Third down conversion, move the chains, the drive continues, and you live to play another down. Really like this. Really like this. And again, this is where you start to kind of see. You start to see Trey Lance doing Trey Lance things. You're like, ooh, is that Trey Lance? Trey gonna make him dance? Ooh, we like that. And then the play after that, what do you get? You get the Kyle Shanny special. Can you guys do me a favor and just spam arm fitness in the chat? Just spam to oblivion. Just spam arm fitness. Just spam it. I want to see nothing in the chat but arm fitness because my goodness, Trey Lance's fitness in there, baby. Perfect. Perfect. Again, give him an opportunity, lay it out in front of him, give Debo an opportunity to run up under it. We talking about arm fitness, baby? Chat's turning up. We talking about arm fitness? Come on now. What are we talking about? Look at that play action. They're so concerned with the run. So concerned. Bang. Lay it out there. Look at that layered throw over the. We could even call this a layered throw. He dropped this in right over the ref. Look at that. I'll take that, bro. We talking about arm fitness? We're talking about arm fitness, huh? Okay. That's what we're doing. It's that dry this offseason. We're talking about arm fitness. Come on. Like, what are we talking about here? We're talking about arm fitness? Like, what are I'll never get over it. Justin says 145 people spamming arm fitness. It's beautiful. I love it. Shout out to SDS, man. We're just ready for some football. We're just ready for some dang football. We're talking about arm fitness. We're talking about arm fitness. And again, the point is he's settling down. Again, the context, the play before, right? We just got done like, oh, that looks like an NFL quarterback. Now, again, with more experience, more reps, more time, this is going to be a better ball. It's going to be in the right spot. It's going to be with a little bit better timing. But the fact, again, his second career start in the matter of weeks, messed up finger. We understand that. He's thrown all these passes with that that finger that he cannot get straight per what he told us. And he's going from that play to then coming back and delivering these types of bombs. Like, what are we talking about? How many yards is this? Obviously, it's at a cross angle, so you're going to pick up more yards than that, but that's a solid 10, 20, 30. That's about 40 yards. If you tack on the angle, you could argue maybe 45 to 50-yard throw. Like, what arm fitness? We talking about arm fitness. Darius says, I think we should spam Twitter with arm fitness every big play this year. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Darius, I think we're on to something here. I think we're on to something here in the SDS. I think the SDS is starting something here. Whenever Trey Lance drops a dart, we spam the dart emoji. When Trey Lance drops a bomb, we spam arm fitness. That's the cadence this year. That's the cadence in the SDS, baby. When we get a dart, when we get like a bullet, we're dropping the dart emojis all over the place. When we get a bomb, arm fitness, baby. Hashtag arm fitness. Oh, SDS. We're good stuff, Darius. Darius is with the vibes. Darius is with the vibes. Hashtag arm fitness. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are we talking about, baby? What are we talking about? We talking about arm fitness? We talking about arm fitness? Let's go. Let's get it. We got to do it. We got to do it. So again, the context here is as the game progressed, it really did feel like Trey started to settle in. It really did feel like Trey was feeling more at home. It felt like on top of that as well, the play calling started to settle in because I think we can all kind of agree. We take a step back. I'm going to speak for all of us. I'm going to speak for all of us and say the play calling in the Arizona game was just not good. Again, it was hard to understand the sequencing. It was hard to understand like the wrinkles that they're trying to throw out there. Again, I think Kyle was trying to get Q at times with how they were going to utilize Trey, and just forgot just use Trey like a normal quarterback. Just remember, What makes Trey good is he has the ability to play under center. He has the ability to do play action, those types of things. But you can work the once you get the base down and you get defenses biting on base runs and things like that. Oh, then you're getting them twisted up like a pretzel. Uh, Sidebar: look at Brunny. Look at Brunny. Everyone, look at Brunny, please. Since everyone likes to take shots at Brunny, I'm gonna take any chance I get. Look at Brunny here. Look at Brunny. Put him in the turf, Brunny. Oh, put him in the turf. Put some damn respect on Brunskill, man. Put some damn respect. Look at him. Eat some turf, boy. What's going on, 98? How's that turf taste? Taste good? You get some of those rubber pellets in your mouth? Look at Brunny, baby. That's a one-on-one block. Get his ass in the turf. Let's go. Come on, Brunny. Put some respect on Brunny's name. I'm telling you, I'm tired of the slander. I'm tired. I'm tired of it. Tired of it. Look at Brunny. Get his ass in the ground. Get his ass in the ground. Sick him. Let's go, Brunny. All right. 27-25. What's this? This is a Mitchell run. But it says best vision from Mitchell of the day. Beautiful. All right, let's see what it is. Well, I think one of the coolest things about watching Elijah Mitchell. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, baby. One of the things about Elijah Mitchell, and again with any running back, I think kind of coming into this scheme, he was struggling a little bit with cutback lanes, finding the vision, the flow behind the offensive line. Oh, who's that number 60? Who's that number 60? Is that Brunny? Oh, look. Brunny doing what Brunny does, blocking people. Oh, the freaking slander on Brunny is ludicrous. Ludicrous. Who's that? Number 60? Getting hat on a linebacker? Get into a spot? Look at Brunny. Come on, dog. I get it. Brunny's not going to overpower anyone. He just does his job. Gets his hat outside on that inside shoulder because he knows where Mitchell's going to go. Look at that. But sidebar, really love the feel, the vision just feels good. Just feels fluid. Feels nice. I'm really excited about this running game. Really excited about this running game here coming up. All right, we're almost through the tape, guys. We're almost through the tape. We're almost through the tape. We're almost there. We're pretty much there. All right. This is the play where I want to submit it to Kyle. You know how I think teams will submit clips to the league office and they'll be like, oh, well, this was a penalty here. You guys missed this, or you guys missed this here. You know what I mean? I think this particular play that's coming up, if I could, I would clip it and I would send it to Kyle. I'd be like, Kyle, please don't run this. Unless we have to, unless it calls for that. Where is it? 33, 36. My marker seems off. Okay, right here. Okay, well let's look at the score. What's the score? Okay, look at the score. This is going to be a clip that I would clip up. Like if Kyle listened to me and valued my opinion and was like, hey, I want to know what your thoughts are on the game plan. Okay. Situationally, 2 minutes. It's 3rd and 3. The 49ers are up 2 scores. The game is pretty much locked in, right? We feel really good about it. and we just run the football and we get out of here with our W and we take one step closer to the playoffs, right? Right? Why do we go? I get the concept. You go empty set. Look, no one, they don't bite. They really don't bite. They see the two tight end set. Kyle loves his two tight end sets. He loves running the quarterback behind the two tight end set. You get use check in motion. There we go. Third time's a charm. It's essentially a counter run. So it's basically a QB counter. Yeah, I mean, you get phenomenal blocking from the front side of the play, collapsing everything down. But the problem is you get now your quarterback going head up with the linebacker. Why? Why? Like if like let's say he was a little lower and caught Trey under the chin here, just completely rock Trey's neck. Again, the point of emphasis in this clip that I would be sending is why are we taking and like going out of our way? See this hit? Look at his neck. If this 43 was lower and actually got this part of his shoulder underneath the chin, and you have Trey Lance coming downhill like this, tripping and running into his like that, that's scary. Like, I would be submitting this to Kyle, be like, Kyle, man, like, I love you, bro, but please just don't do this. Just please don't. Save our Trey, man. Just save our Trey. Please don't put him into harm's way. Like, we got the knee sprain against AZ. We got the broken finger against the Raiders. Like, let's just the game's in hand. We're collecting our dub. We're running the clock out. Let's not break our quarterback's neck in the process. That's it. That's the only sidebar. It's the only side note I have. Is like, let's protect our kid, right? Let's not actually run him into the teeth of the defense head first. Like, this just, oh man, it makes me terrified to watch. Just because a couple inches lower with that linebacker, that could have been a much different play in regards to the way the hit occurred. Um, I don't want to see this. Like, I know there's a place for it. I know that we will run it, and I know it there is a spot for that to be called, but for it to be called with 2 minutes, you're up two touchdowns in the fourth quarter in your end zone, you can kick 3 points and make it a 3-score game. I don't love that. I don't love this. Like this would be my argument to Kyle to be like, what are we doing? Why are we putting him in this situation based on the overall context of where we're at? Like, oh, anyways, but overall, really excited. Really excited. Oh wait, we missed the one hander. We're gonna end it on a good one. We're gonna end it on a good one. Let's end it on a good one. So this is gonna be the last play. We're not gonna end it on that play. No. We're gonna end it on this play. All right. So this was another good throw by Trey. When you hear a lot about him throwing over the middle, here's an opportunity that you get to see Trey Lance work over the middle and I think make a really strong, accurate throw. The Kittle one-hander. Let's go. Look at this is combination of hashtag arm fitness and Trey Lance darts. It's like combination. This is like a combo arm fitness Trey dart. Look at that. That's a dart. Ooh. Tell him Niner by nature. That's a dart. That's on a rope. What I love about this too is you're gonna get Justin Reed. Justin Reed right here is keying on George. They're running a bit of a zone coverage. I don't know if this is considered cover 3 or cover 2. But you do have your safeties playing zone. 58 is going to take George as far as his zone responsibilities take him and peels off. What you could see by maybe some quarterbacks is to try to get it out like underneath based on this particular coverage kind of bracketed situation. You try to layer it over the linebacker kind of underneath, almost a little bit of a back shoulder. And that's what Justin Reed is anticipating, which is why he undercuts the route. So he undercut the route, but in all reality, that works to Trey's benefit because Trey's leading George, and George is able to get that mitt on it and bring it down. And I mean, just what a catch by George, which is why he's the best tight end, in my opinion, in the NFL. Uh, yep, that's a fitness dart, fitness right in there, baby. That's that arm fitness dart. But these are the types of things that Trey Lance is going to just get better at. Again, when you look at the mechanics side of things, see this, he still has this hop step. So I think what we saw from some of the initial videos from OTAs is it's just flattened. See how he hits the hitch, kind of pops up a little bit, and then drops into this. I think he's been working on not having to drop into the throw, but when he comes into the hitch, he's in this position. When he comes out of his hitch, he's already in this type of position, and then he just shuffles up and throws it. So I think those are some of the small nuances that they're trying to kind of get out of in regards to cleaning up the mechanics. When you hear that, like, what does that mean? A lot of people don't know what that means. They just hear it all the time. Oh, he's cleaning up his mechanics. What does that mean? This is an example of like kind of cleaning up that hop out of there. And it does look like they've done it, but again, he's still pretty damn accurate on this one. Flings that thing in there. Whoo! Love it. Great catch. Good throw, better catch. Good throw, better catch. George is just a savage. Sheesh. What a catch. What a catch. All right. Well, that's our Trey Lance film for the day. Again, I hadn't watched that in a while. So it was actually pretty fun to see. It's actually pretty fun to see, man. I haven't watched that tape in a long time. Just reminded me yet again why we're excited about Trey Lance. Appreciate that, David. Shout out all the SDS in the chat. That was a litty film breakdown. You guys are doing your part too. We got Trey Lance darts. Every time now Trey Lance throws a dart, we spam the dart emoji. When Trey Lance throws a bomb, arm fitness, spamming arm fitness. We got a new movement within the SDS. You gotta love it. Boomerang says, Brad, am I dumb or did you shave? The beard is trimmer. Little trimmer. Little light in the beard. We're a little light in the beard. We had to get that beard down, get a little efficient, finesse. We had to, work some techniques, to get some of the wasted motion out of it. So the beard, a little trimmer, but don't worry, this thing grows pretty fast. I'm gonna go ahead and say, by training camp, this thing's gonna be nice and lush and full again. Oh boy. SB said Justin Reed did play hella good that game. Yeah, he did. He had a great game. I've never really watched Justin Reed too much, but in that game, I was like, yeah, he's a dude. I think he signed with the Chiefs, and the 49ers played the Chiefs this year. So we're gonna have a little bit of a reunion with good old Justin Reed when the 49ers play the Chiefs. So I got you, brother. We got to do more film breakdowns. I think we're gonna have to do some film breakdowns. He just said looking like a Ponte. Looking like Brad Aponte. Nice. I don't know if Aponte would appreciate that too much, but I take that as a compliment. Love it. Love it. That's funny. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Y'all wildin'. Y'all wildin'. So what you like? You guys, do you feel better? Yes. Yes. My doppelganger, Bruce Miller. It was cool until he decided that it was cool to beat up old gentlemen. But yeah. So is this a real question? So if it is, again, we got a lot of trolling going on, and we are uh, pushing the trolling forward as well. But with arm fitness, according to former Denver offensive lineman, now turned analyst, he quantified arm fitness, I think, kind of how you would imagine, like the ability to have arm being in shape to be able to withstand the rigors of throwing the football for an entire season. So arm fitness, I never knew that was a thing. I've been pretty involved. I'm not gonna say I'm a scout. I'm not gonna say, you guys know I love to scout, but that means like I understand, I observe, I watch other scouts and the way they communicate and the way they talk about prospects, the way they draft their scouting reports. I've never heard anyone reference arm fitness in the sense of like, oh, I don't know if he's going to be able to throw the ball the whole year. Like his arm might get tired. That was new to me. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's new to you either. But yeah, that's a new thing apparently, of the new lists of concerns for Trey Lance. Arm fitness. I guess that's new. So we'll find out. Yes, this is exactly how it was broken down to us. So we'll see. We'll see. But again, just add it to the list. Add it to the list. Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear the comment from Emmanuel Acho, who's basically just said Trey Lance just isn't it? Just isn't that guy? It's crazy how this chatter just continues. You don't hear it about Trevor Lawrence. You don't hear it about Zach Wilson. You don't hear it about anyone else. You just heard about Trey Lance. Interesting. Interesting. But I think that's why this season I think is going to be so highly anticipated by 49er fans. Like we just want to see. Like we're just done talking about it. Like we're done hearing what you've heard, and I get it. Like, but again, what you're hearing is probably reminiscent of what Trey Lance was as a rookie. Like, and I don't know, man. I don't know why this. At this point, it feels almost like an agenda. Uh, it just feels like an agenda. Maybe it's a marketing strategy. Maybe it's a marketing strategy. Hey, maybe it's a marketing strategy. But again, we just watched tons of clips of Trey Lance. We watched for about over an hour and 15 minutes, and there's a lot of isolated play action, throwing short to intermediate, throwing to the sideline, throwing with anticipation, throwing to the flat, throwing with touch, throwing with defenders in his face, pocket awareness, pocket mobility, the ability to extend plays. We saw a glimpse of pretty much all the things that he can do. Now it's up to Trey. I don't think that I have a hard time questioning his ability. I don't think the ability is the right thing to question. Now, can you question potentially his confidence? Of course. The whole weight of the world is on the young kid. It might take him some time to build up that confidence. Again, the whole world's talking crap about him. Who knows how that's actually having an impact? Sooner or later, he will be able to build up the confidence that anything that's said to him won't affect him because he's heard it all already up until this point. So as long as he can get out there on the field, and once he gets out there, once he starts slinging the rock across the yard, you're starting to get the Trey Lance darts. You're starting to get the arm fitness bombs. Like, what are they going to talk about next? Like, what are they going to talk about next? Oh, he's not consistent enough, or this, that, and the other. It's gonna just feels like it's gonna be ongoing until they can actually get him out on the field and he can actually do it. So it's gonna be an interesting situation. It's gonna be an interesting situation because a lot of 49er content creators, we like to keep receipts. You know, I've been keeping receipts since day one. I've been keeping receipts before it was actually a thing, before it was cool. I just kept receipts always. I got lots of receipts. Let's see how many photos are in my camera roll that consists of lots of receipts. I have over 91,000 images in my camera roll right now. Let me say it again. I have over 91,000 images in my camera roll right now since I've started doing this back in 2017. So since 2017, if you slandered the 49ers, if you talked crap about anything or anyone, I probably got a screenshot of it. And guess what? When the time is right, we're going to pull out those receipts too. And we're going to drop it like it's hot. Take a look. Let's see if we can see. Come on, focus. Focus. Look at recents. 91,651 images in my camera roll. I'm not playing around, man. Tell me you do content for a living without telling me you do content for a living. I'm just saying. If you do content and your camera roll doesn't look like that, I don't. We're crazy out here, man. We're crazy. Oh, I spend big on my storage, man. I spend big. My camera roll is gold for this content. I'm telling you. My love my camera roll. I got so much good stuff in there. I got so much good stuff in there. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. But I can't wait. Anything else you guys want to talk about? We've been rolling for about an hour 40. Shout out to everyone who's been in here from start to finish. You get a cookie, you get a medal, and you get a personalized dart that says Trey Lance inscribed on it. It's going to be a beautifully gold plated dart, and it'll just have Trey Lance etched into it. You'll get one of those on your way out as well. Um, so anything else? Anything? I got to shout out the family at residency. Got to meet the homies this weekend. Pulled up on them at an event in San Francisco. Of course, they took care of your boy. Blessed my kids with some gear. I'm telling you, man, like residency is such a good group. They make such quality hats, good people behind the brand. You gotta support the squad, man. Now Shanahan's rocking residency. Whew. If you want to get your residency, you know the vibe. Go to residency.com. Make sure you use the promo code, the SF Niners, get a little discount on your hat. You know the vibes. The hats they're nice. They're very nice. What's good, coach? What's good, coach? But I appreciate all you guys for rocking. I appreciate you tapping in and tuning in for the Trey Lance film breakdown. Do you guys want to break down Arizona sooner or later? Maybe not this week. Maybe we could save Arizona for next week, but we could start doing other like positional breakdowns. I got a lot of offensive tape. We could do O-line, we could do wide receiver, we could just do full-blown games. Doesn't really matter. I'm a man of the people. You tell me what you want, and I'll try to deliver. But in the meantime, we will continue to do a ton of stuff. Oh, DB breakdown, that would be nice. Justin says, Anthony Lynn saying don't count out Jordan Mason and adds he'll show up a little bit when pads come on. I can't wait till they get pads on. I can't wait till the pads be popping, man. It's just so different. It's so different when the pads come on. It's just so different. Again, like going to training camp is cool and all, and then watching them kind of, you know, glorified, set 9-on-7s kind of stuff, like or 7-on-7 periods. It's 11-on-11, but there's just the no hitting in the trenches just it's different. But when they get those pads on, can't wait. Can't wait. What's good, Lake City? We just got done breaking down Trey Lance. And I will be going to training camp this year. Of course, got to get back out there to watch all the stuff because we got to do breakdowns. We got to figure out what's going on over there in Santa Clara. Want to get into it, what they're doing from a football standpoint, schematic standpoint. I just can't wait. I can't wait. And I know how to watch training camp now. I think last year was my first year. It was a really good kind of baseline to understand certain things, certain expectations. And I feel much more prepared this year coming around. Hell yes. Hell yes. I'm on the hype train, baby. Like I admittedly was on the hype train early because when you go watch Aaron Banks at Notre Dame, dude didn't lose. Like I watched probably 5 or 6 games because I really wanted to understand Aaron Banks and why they drafted him because he's just so much different than what they would typically draft, like from a body type standpoint, from a size standpoint. He's just he's a mountain. He's a freaking mountain. And when you go back to the tape at Notre Dame, he didn't lose. He just didn't lose. And so I'm super excited. One, not only he looks shredded, looks like he's cut a lot of that baby fat, looks like he's replaced it with muscle, and they've kicked him back to the left side. They kick him back to the left side. You put him with Trent Williams. Whoo. I mean, talk about getting a confidence boost if you needed one. Like if I was a guard and I look to my left and a Trent Williams is playing next to me, I feel very safe. Even if I know I might make a mistake or two, just knowing that I'm lining up next to arguably the best offensive lineman to ever play, I think that would just bring like a soothing, like, all right, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to do this. So I really like it. Ooh, yes. Yes. Pull out the receipts on Banks, Kinlaw, and Lance. Ooh, boy. Ooh, boy. I can't wait. I can't wait. Coach says, I heard Aaron Banks did some training this offseason with Duke. The O-line mastermind. Hell yeah. I didn't know that. And if he did, that's good news because Duke is the best offensive line trainer that exists right now. Again, there could be others that maybe I'm not familiar with, but from just pure popularity standpoint, uh, Duke is the guy when it comes to offensive line work. So if Aaron Banks is out here working, I got a pick right here. Hold on, let's get some visual evidence of Big Banks. We're gonna have to start working the nicknames. Banksy. We got Banksy coming. We're gonna have to come up with some nicknames. Let me get this thing up here. All right, look at the dog. Look at the dog. Look at the dog. Oh, oh. Look at Banks, bro. Like this dude's 6'6". Ooh, Banks of America. Let's go. Bofa. Look at Bofa right here, man. Look at Bofa, man. The arm sleeve. This dude's when we talk about thick, this is a thick ass boy. This is a damn boy, you thick. That's a thick ass boy. Like he wasn't on, when I say thick and I'm talking about offensive linemen, that's a good thing. Just like when you talk about thick and other different types of categories. Well, he was a little fluffier, I guess you could say. Felt a little fluffy coming in. But I mean, that's a thick boy. That's a good looking, thick ass boy. Let's go. Let's go. I'm excited. Who's Big Duke? He's an offensive line trainer. He's the guy that I got a couple of his merch. He's the head guy at O-Line Masterminds. He is the number one pre-draft prospect offensive line trainer. He trains all the first round guys. He only trains first round guys. He trains first round guys and NFL guys. That's it. He is the top offensive line trainer in the NFL. Niner by Nature says, Brad, will Brunskill start at center and more at right guard? So this is kind of what I would think it would be. If I think we can understand Alex Mack's probably out of here, which is unfortunate, but we're bracing for whenever they opt to announce that. So we're bracing for the Alex Mack retirement again. If he comes back, it would be a welcome surprise. We'd absolutely be here for it. But we probably anticipate he's probably done. I just feel comfortable with having a center, and it's not like Jake Brendel. It's not like Brendel isn't experienced. Jake Brendel's experienced. But I would just I feel, you guys know, I feel comfortable with Brunskill. Uh, I've I've watched so much Brunskill this year. I've watched so much Brunskill this year that I feel very comfortable with him. Um, and again, it's just not biased because he plays well against Aaron Donald. He plays well against a lot of people. So I like Brunskill. And if you could put Brunskill at center, I could also live with that. But if you're putting Brunskill at center, that leaves right guard open. Uh, Niner by Nature is talking about Moore. Moore started at right guard based on OTAs, but again, that's with the entire starting offensive line out, essentially, minus Aaron Banks. But I actually think if it were up to me right now, I would have Colton McKivitz in just because I know what Colton McKivitz is. Um, I feel confident with Colton McKivitz. Again, Colton McKivitz supplanted Jalen Moore at left tackle when the 49ers needed someone to step up for Trent Williams. And Colton McKivitz is not a tackle, he's a guard. And the fact that he was able to go out to left guard, be able to play really solidly against Von Miller and Leonard Floyd for an entire game in a must-win game in order to get to the playoffs. He did so much for me, just building confidence in what Colton is. And again, I see Colton as a guard more primarily. McKivitz is not hurt. He was starting at left tackle when they lined up at OTAs. The thing with Moore is that he's just raw. He's going to be learning a new position. He's going to be going from left guard to left tackle to right guard. So not as only is he flipping sides, but he's flipping positions. So I've talked about it before. I think Banks could have struggled just from going from left guard to right guard. But now you're taking more going from left tackle to right guard. And again, uh, I have to see it first. I'm not going to uh, assume that he's just going to pick it up because I think when we were doing our live, like day one of OTAs when media was there, Jack Hammer pulled up. Jack Hammer posted bag drills, and they're just working bag drills. And coach knows this. Coach knows the double to backer concepts. He understands, like, that's day one stuff. You got to be able to double to backer. You have to know the technique that goes into doubling to backer. And just in the bag drills that we were watching, you could see Jalen was still trying to figure it out. And if he's still trying to figure out bag drills, at this point, for me, I'm just pumping the brakes. I don't know yet. I want to see it first before I feel comfortable saying that the transition from left tackle to right guard is smooth, just because I've already seen little glimpses where you are going to need some more time. Again, simple things, hips, feet, base, attack, things like that. And if he's still kind of iffy on it right now, uh, I would imagine it's going to take him some time because, hey, that stuff you don't just pick it up instantly. So we'll see. Burford could be a candidate at right guard. Zagel could be a candidate at right guard. Sutherland, I'm excited to see what Sutherland looks like. I was intrigued by the size when we saw them without pads and the way he was moving. I'm intrigued by Sutherland. We'll see what he turns into, but I am intrigued by that. So we'll see. But again, it's going to be a lot of speculation, without seeing it. And again, I've always been one to say I'm hesitant of just thinking you can switch guys and there not being a drop down before an ascension. So if Jalen Moore was at a baseline competency at left tackle, I would imagine you stick him to right guard, he's going to drop down before he goes up because he's got to relearn the position. Going from tackle to guard is a big jump. And then going from left to right is a big jump. So I would imagine Moore is going to drop down and then have to build back up. Doesn't mean he can't. But that's why I just want to see it first. Just want to see it first before. And we know they're doing it. We know they moved him to right guard. So just want to see it. Hendrick says, don't sleep on Alfredo. Love to see Alfredo get some reps. He didn't get a lot of reps last year. He got 3 reps all of training camp. 3. And I think 2 of them were penalties. So he got 1 real rep all training camp. So I would imagine he gets more reps, but definitely want to see him get some more reps and see what he's capable of. But we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. But I think we're hitting that 2-hour mark. Appreciate everyone who hopped on here. I might do a little Instagram live. Not sure yet. Not positive. I might pop over on Instagram, say what's up, just to say what's up. But thank you to all you guys who popped on here. Vibed with us for the film breakdown of Trey that happened a while back. Smash that like button if you haven't already. We'll be back throughout the week. Try to pick up any notes from OTAs that we can and talk about that and all that good stuff. Actually, if you are interested, because I'm about to get off, but I do have a resource for you for this exact topic. If you are interested in it, let's see here. Let me make sure I got it all set up. If you want to take a look at my thoughts on the 49ers offensive line, you can I posted this article earlier today on my website, thesfniners.com. It's essentially kind of breaking down the initial starting offensive line. You can see I kind of go in depth on my thoughts, like with the initial starting offensive line. And then I project out my week 1 starting offensive line. You can see I got it with Mac and without Mac. And then I kind of go through left tackle, left guard, center, right guard, right tackle. Obviously, you can kind of see left tackle, left guard. There's less questions. And as we get closer to the more questionable positions, which are more center, right guard, you can see I go a little bit more in depth there. But if you are interested, you can go to the website, thesfniners.com, and read a little bit more about that. Shout out the bots getting freaky in here. Shout out to SDS. Shout out all the bread gang. Hey, we might. I'll drop the link. I got you. So we might have some merch dropping soon. Just saying. Just saying. SDS merch. Wake up, honey. SDS merch could be coming this week. We'll see. Here's the link. Dropped it in the chat. Keep an eye out. All kinds of stuff coming. Appreciate all you guys. We're out of here right before the 2-hour mark. Appreciate you guys.